Welcome to the Age of Aquarius. This is Amina, your survival guide in the Age of Aquarius. I hope you all are doing very well. The reading for today is for May the 8th. That's Moon Day, May the 8th, 2023. And the readings are marked Aquarius, but that is because we are in the Age of Aquarius, firmly so. And the astrological chart, everybody has Aquarius in their chart. So these readings are for the collective. So they will affect you in one way or another. So keep that in mind. So it's for all the sun signs, but they are marked to Aquarius because we are in the age of Aquarius, and you all have that in your chart. Okay. The you'll probably notice my voice sounds a little bit weird. Um, yeah, high pollen counts, extremely high pollen counts, and bad air quality equals asthma. And that's why I did not do a reading for Sunday. And I knew I was, excuse me, I already knew I was going to skip on doing a reading for Saturday because the last reading I did kind of covered pretty much the weekend anyway. But yeah, so keep in mind the healing process that we're all going through. We have the star card here, which is about healing. Um, Healing humanity, actually. Um, that is a process. It takes time, just as the moon moves through each sun sign. So your healing will move through your body in that way as well. Okay. So it will take time, especially if you have a lot of DNA damage. So keep that in mind. Um, so do expect miracles, however. Okay. Because what I've been telling you about on this channel, the miracle key, 528 hertz. That is your key to healing. Okay. And it's got amazing benefits. Anyway, so sit back and relax and listen to the reading. Take in the information. Like I said, this is going to affect you in one way or another, this reading. Okay. And I want you to really be able to let go of all your anxiety, all the stress of the world. Let go of the 3D for a little bit and let your head do what Aquarius does and just kind of rise up to meet the gods or God head, so to speak, and really soak in what they're trying to tell us here. Okay. So anyway, let's get some of this 528 hertz in our lives right now and just inhale through your nose and slowly out through the mouth, or you can go out through the nose, whatever your preference, whatever makes you relax and really sit back and let go of the 3D holodeck. Okay, here we go. 528 hertz for the win. I'm going to move this mic so I can see it. Here we go. Now I want to remind you that it's best to wear headphones or at least earbuds so that you can block out some of the outside noise when you're listening to frequencies. I made a playlist for you guys here on my channel that includes actual true 528 hertz healing. And I know a lot of you are probably shocked. There are major channels, sorry, Mercury retrograde. We'll blame it on that, okay? Anyway, got to keep a sense of humor about the planets and how they affect us, because they do. But there's major channels out there putting out music that's supposed to be healing you. And here's something I told people a long time ago in one of my old channels from the past that I had here on YouTube. I told them, I said, there's channels out there that are putting out frequency music that I know for a fact is not helping you. And for some of you, you can actually feel it. Some of them are actually hindering or doing nothing at all. Placebo. Okay. If you want true, pure frequency, you can check the playlist on my channel. I have some saved videos from other channels that are producing true frequencies. Okay. That will actually work. Keep that in mind. If you have a favorite channel or you want to um, get basically a, what do you call it? Double check and see if they're actually helping you or not. Because here's the thing. The main frequency that you want, that you've selected for yourself, hopefully 528, because that's where you should launch from. That frequency needs to be in the forefront. It's okay if there's a little bit of background stuff in there too, as long as it doesn't feel like it's agitating you. If it feels like it's agitating you, don't listen to it. Okay? Especially if it doesn't like go away. Okay? If you feel some sort of anxiety of any kind, stop listening to it. Because there's some of them that are actually out there that are not good for you at all. And they're put out in the pretense of being good for you. They're not. The main frequency you should hear is the one you're after. And if you don't hear that frequency, then you need to move along. But ones that I've already double checked are linked in my playlist. Please do use those. Use headphones, try to escape. You can actually do this, while you're doing the dishes or anything, just as long as you take time to do it every day. Okay? Because the more you do it, the faster you're going to speed your healing here. Okay? But you can get frequency tuners on apps on your phones. And I don't recommend keeping phones near you because we're talking about frequency here. And those give off a frequency that's very detrimental as well. So keep your phones as far away from you as possible, as much as possible. But there are apps that you can use that will register whether the music you're listening to is indeed the correct frequency to help you heal. And here's an example of one right here. Okay. And as you can see, it's moving with my voice. And if you don't see the main thing being the frequency that you're looking for, such as 528 hertz, then you don't need to listen to that. It's not going to help you. Okay. Anyway, but pre-approved by my channel, some other channels and their work on frequency that will actually help you, especially if you put on a headset, turn it up to where you can comfortably listen to it loud enough that it blocks out everything else and that you're getting it in both ears at the same time. Okay. The Now the Marion method, it's about putting your body into the water, stepping into a bath, dipping your toe in, making sure it's a comfortable temperature, And it involves actually putting one of these tuning forks in your hands and using it in the water, salt water to be precise, because salt water is much more conductive than just plain water. Okay? Not that you can't do it in plain water too. There will be an effect for sure. But salt water is highly conductive, and your bodies are made of water and electricity, waves, right? And water carries that, okay? And it'll permeate your entire body if you use the Marion method. And how you do that, excuse me, is in a playlist as well by itself, teaching you what to do with this fork when you take a salt bath. Okay? It takes time. You will notice a difference in how you're feeling within 7 times of doing that. So 21 days, basically. Okay? Because you're supposed to do it every 3 days with the moon cycle as it goes through the astrological signs. Okay? Because as you know, the moon affects different parts of your body. Okay? And it's in each sign about every 2.5, 3 days. All right? And it also gives your body a chance um, to fully take in the energy that you put in. And remember, just like the study said, just 5 minutes of listening to 528 hertz gained improvement, and the improvement expanded with time. So just 5 minutes of exposure, 10 minutes later, they're doing great. 20 minutes later, they're doing even better. And it's like it expands out. So just like dropping a pebble in the water, right? So keep that in mind. You will notice something within the first 7 treatments, for sure. Some noticeable improvements. Keep in mind, depends on how much damage has happened and how much trauma, because you're not just releasing um, uh, trauma physical, you're releasing trauma emotional as well, all at the same time. And you're programming the water, which goes out and programs the other water. You're made of water. So when you're out vibrating higher, because you've done this, because you have this, and your frequency has raised, it's about ascension, okay? This helps raise your frequency. It repairs your DNA, your antennas. Your DNA is an antenna. Your entire body is an antenna. Not kidding. It's both a transmitter and a receiver. It does both. Okay? I want you guys to know that. You deserve the truth, and that is the truth, scientifically proven. And when your body of water goes out amongst the other bodies of water, the other souls, that energy starts programming their water. Get what I'm saying? Via osmosis. Anyway, links are in the description. How you can obtain one of these tuning forks for yourself through Sacred Waves. Extremely high quality, and it does benefit our channel and the work for healing and ascension for all of you and the planet. So keep that in mind. And also, I'm open still temporarily for personal private video readings. Information's down there for that. And any sort of coaching you might need is also something I'm very capable of helping you with. Anyway, yeah. And for those of you that have newly joined the channel, welcome. I hope you find this an extremely enlightening and healing journey by becoming part of the family here. And those that have been with me, thank you. And those of you that have ordered readings and your tuning forks, Thank you, and many blessings to you, and Godspeed in healing, because you're going to heal. Absolutely. Okay, so let's get into this energy in this reading. I just wanted to really give you guys a thorough, well, see this key? Fits that lock to healing, okay? And it's about really healing. See how she's like, this is how I want you to feel when you're sitting here thinking and really releasing the external world and really taking in the information that I'm trying to give you via the divine. Okay? As I have always said, it doesn't matter what race, religion, sex, none of that. You're all souls in a biosuit. There are no colors. You're all beautiful shades of brown. From the lightest creamy ivories to the most beautiful dark chocolates and everything in between. That's the thing that you guys really need to realize. There is really no division. Not really. That's all an illusion. Okay? You're in a holodeck. You can be manipulated. Don't let them manipulate you into thinking that you're anything other than what you are, which is a soul in a biosuit. Okay? Your energy, pure energy. And that energy is what makes the biosuit function. And right now, antennas are broken, which is your DNA, and we're going to repair those antennas so that your connection to the divine becomes pure. Okay? So this is basically the salt water with the frequency. Take it as a baptism, because that's absolutely what it is. Okay? Anyway, let's get into the energy with the planets in the holodeck. Those lovely planets that affect all of us. Okay. And when you hear me rub my hands together, I'm just moving the energy. Okay? It's like the warm up. Let's get it going. Anyway, so for the 8th, tropically, and I look at both tropical and Vedic charts, they both pertain. If you know anything about as above, so below, and the microcosm and the macrocosm, you'll understand why I look at both those charts, because they both are relevant. Okay? And you all have all 12 zodiacs in your charts. Every one of you. So that's why the energy can pertain to you, because you might be an Aquarius, but your rising is Cancer, or your rising is Libra, or your moon is Venus, or your let's see. Well, you get the gist. I don't need to keep going. You have everything in your chart. It's just to varying degrees and into which house it landed when you were born. Okay? So, right now we're under that energy of that full moon penumbral eclipse that happened in Scorpio, tropically, Libra, Vedically. Okay? So we're looking at transformation and justice, rebalancing karma. Yeah, that's what that was all about. Some intense energy. The fixed signs were really feeling it because it caused fatigue, especially for the fixed energy. So the more fixed energy you contain in your chart, we're looking at Aquarius, we're looking at Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. So the more placements you have in fixed energy, the more this one affected you. Taurus and Scorpio, you guys were the main feature. Probably the most affected. You're directly across from each other. The South Node is in Scorpio right now. Okay? That's your past. And your future, the North Node, is in Taurus right now. Okay? So that's a big deal. And you have Mercury in Taurus as well, backing up. Keep in mind, this is tropically, backing its way up to that North Node because Mercury wants to make sure you got the memo. Did you get the memo? What your future is supposed to be? What's your guiding light? What's your star? What's your mission? What's your purpose? Mercury's backing up, making sure you got the memo, backing up to the node. Okay? And of course, that full moon in Scorpio is a huge transformation energy. Okay? And that transformation is bringing about, guess what? The star card of Aquarius. And we have nothing but stars sitting here. You know what your purpose is, which direction you're supposed to be going, what your future holds, right? Walking in Dharma. Because when you fully embody that energy of the star card in true healing, you'll be walking in Dharma. No more karma for you. As long as you stay on that center path of the Kabbalistic tree. Not service to self, not service to others. We don't need ego trips and doormats. We need somebody that's shooting right down the damn middle of that tree. Okay? It's the quickest way to the other side. It's straight ahead, right? Remain balanced on that tight wire. Okay? All right. So, as far as planets, well, the moon will be in Sagittarius, okay, on Monday. And that's your liver, hips, thighs, and sacrum. Keep in mind, it's still in Scorpio Vedically. And that's your genitals, anus, urethra, and prostate. So those areas could be more sensitive than usual or start giving you a little trouble possibly. And yeah, but like I said, the moon passes through these signs every 2.5, 3 days. And this too shall pass kind of thing. Okay. By the way, all systems go for surgical procedures, dental procedures, and anything of the like, as long as it's not the area of the body that the moon is in currently. Okay. So you don't want to be getting anything done, genitals, anus, urethra, prostate, or liver, hips, thighs, or sacrum, because it will slow your healing. Only emergency stuff for those areas. Everything else is game on. Okay? Keep that in mind. Because you will, under the waning moon, where the light is disappearing from the surface, that's when healing begins. Okay? True healing can happen. And they're kind of indicating that here. All right? So, whew, the energy. It's really good. And I know that with Mercury retrograde and backing up to the node, it's like they're just double checking, retesting you to make sure you got the memo. Okay. About what is your future path. That's why that 3 of Wands was out there. That's you looking to the future. What's your future? What does that look like? What's your prayer? Okay. Because it's going to take some commitment, but you'll do it. No problem. No matter what's going on outside of us. Because remember, when you go into gratitude and you really start thinking about the things that you are grateful for, and those of you that can't think of anything to be grateful for, you got a long ways to go here with the healing process. Because there's always something you can be grateful for, regardless of how bad your situation may have been. You're still breathing. there's always still hope. And this card represents that. So if you get into gratitude mode, that puts you in receiving mode so that you not only receive healing from the divine, literally, but via frequencies. Okay. So make sure and stay in gratitude, pray over your food, get that 528 hertz in your water, in your food, hover the fork over your food, put it on your water glass, and the frequency will vibrate the entire glass and all the water inside of it. Okay. You're tuning everything to healing. And that 528 hertz is DNA healing and a lot more. Lowers cortisol, increases oxytocin, lowers chronogranin A, increases testosterone in the brain, which helps anxiety a great deal, and many other things they don't even know about yet. Okay? Anyway, so then the energy. See, it feels like we're coming through a gateway. We're still going through that gateway. Remember I said it felt like bottlenecking energy during the last reading? And it's very odd. It's like when I look at the Sabian mysteries, I pick up the energy of a struggle between the swords, which is truth and clarity, integrity, and fire energy, passion, right? And there's like a struggle for that. Um, it's almost like we need to capture the water, this water energy, which is emotion, and it'll help cool the fire down between the air and the fire. See what I'm saying? Because let's face it, fire can't exist without air. Air is the fastest energy. Because fire can't even exist without it. Okay? So keep that in mind. Anyway, let's get into the reading. We have the magic prayer breaks down to a 5 for those of you into numerology, as I am. Change, right? The magic prayer. Speak your prayers, listen for the answers, and act in faith. The Hierophant card, right? That's faith. The Hierophant card is also about commitment. So we have both cards right here, these two, talking about the Hierophant. Are you connected to the divine? If your DNA antennas are badly damaged, you may not be. But you can regain that connection and gain ascension. Okay? Because that clearing of your energy and realigning your DNA using the Marion method in that playlist and getting that 528 in everything that you can helps you ascend. And you'll start vibrating at a much higher frequency and you'll heal. Okay? But we're looking, these two combined are very much the Hierophant. And then we have the star. So we have fixed energy. Like I said, this whole thing has been about the fixed signs with these nodes squaring Pluto, nodes in fixed sign, Pluto, fixed sign, right? Anyway, magic prayer. When you see the magic prayer card, it's a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, thy will be done through me. Thy will and not mine be done. So you can't force it. It comes with time. Okay? Very much the temperance card. You got to be patient about it. It does take time because the moon moves through those astrological signs every 3 days. It takes time to heal, especially if your DNA is super damaged, okay? In your antenna, that's your antenna, okay? Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. So think of that salt bath, the Marion method I've been talking about. Think of it as your baptism and your meditation. Because while you're doing that, and it's 555 right now as I'm recording this, and we have card of 5 that we're working on. Can't make that up if you tried. It's all about timing. Like I said, that temperance card is timing, divine timing. Anyway, consider that your meditation time because you're supposed to be focused on what you're grateful for and your healing while you're in that water. Okay? That should be your main focus while you're doing the Marion method. Okay? What you're grateful for. Grateful for the healing. Grateful for the fact that the divine showed me what you guys need to do to make that happen, to speed it, to speed your recovery. Okay? Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you. The future, that's what that 3 of Wands is about. Your destiny. That's what the North Node's all about. And why Mercury's backing up into it. It's like, did you get the memo? As long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power, be assured that you are on the right path. Okay? For those of you that need to hear this reversed, self-will that goes unchecked can bring difficulties. So don't force it. It's going to take time. Okay? Reverse, the magic prayer card is a sign that you mistakenly believe that your way is the only one. Could the path you're on be leading you to a place of regret? Or could you be pursuing something that just isn't good for you? If so, you may be facing a painful lesson, and a lonely one too. Perhaps it is time to pray and meditate on your highest good and the highest good of all. Because remember, we're talking about the age of Aquarius, the star card. It's about humanity. It's not about me, 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 me. No, 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 no. It's about we. We. Okay? The highest good of all. Spirit may have other plans for you. Be assured that they will be better than any you could have ever dreamed up on your own. hmm Then we have commitment. 3 and 6 breaks down to a 9. Part of the wonderful numbers from Tesla. 3 and 6 and 9, right? Commitment. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Okay? Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. Okay? So think about that. That can mean all kinds of things. All right? We're talking about contracts, soul contracts. Okay? Anything of that nature. At the very least, there's a promise of fulfillment in some form. Maybe not what you expected. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Read the fine print. It is Mercury retrograde. Okay? Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. And that for those of you that need to hear this reversed, you may be walking into a commitment or contract you will later regret. This isn't a good time to sign agreements or make any choice that would tie you up for a long period. Remember, Mercury is retrograde right now. It's not a great time for signing stuff. Try to avoid it. Mercury retrograde, let me look here, will be out in about a week. It'll still have some shadow phase hanging around for a bit, but it will station and go direct on the 15th of May. So about a week from now. Keep in mind there's a little hangover afterwards of about a week, but you're A-okay after the 15th. Okay? Just double check what you're getting into. All right? Don't go full card. Okay? If you're in a relationship, you may not receive the commitment you desire. Don't despair, for something much better awaits you. Now is also a time for agreements to be broken. Okay? So if you've made some sort of agreement and somebody's broken it, or you have, that could be expected right now. Remember that rejection is God's protection. What hurts you now leads to wisdom later. Okay? That is so true. Anyway, and then we have the Star card. What a lovely card to get right after a full moon in Scorpio and all this fixed energy affecting all of us. All our stubbornness. Yep, fixed energy. You got to be glad that they're there, though, because it would be a willy-nilly crazy world with just cardinal and mutable. Trust me. All right, this is the guiding light and universal guidance with the aftermath of the tower. So some of you may have had a tower over this weekend, either good or bad. Surprise, something that was shocking. Okay, the star always comes after the tower. One will feel a little torn apart. The star is the calm after the storm. It offers peace, hope, and rest. One's life is cycling all the time. Your mind, body, and emotions are always fluctuating and stretching, taking you to the dark corners and then to the doorway of the light. And there is a doorway opening in the next couple of days, okay? And that doorway, I feel like once May 15th hits, the all systems go was really in force, okay? New contracts and things like that. The star key is the guiding light that one seeks out during dark times. And when I said new contracts and things like that, that could be marriage proposals, that could be new jobs, that could be any kind of commitment or partnerships of any kind, collaborations with others, okay? So keep that in mind. The star key is the guiding light that one seeks out during dark times. You are now looking for a deeper meaning in life. You are searching for your truth. You are looking for peace of mind. The star's number is 17, the number of dreaming, promise, perception, and imagination. It brings spiritual evolution by finding your true self, the treasure within your heart. The star offers you guidance, wholeness, inspiration, and focus on your path toward understanding your destiny in the universal plan. See, you need to understand that. Mercury's backing up to make sure you got the memo. Okay? It reminds you that the universe provides you with continuous light that shines on your individual path as you travel through life's experiences. If you feel lost, experience a lack of hope, or find yourself avoiding situations, the star shines brightly on your true inner self. It guides you to trust your inner voice, intuition, to open up and receive the light. See how she's receiving the light of the star, healing, receiving it. Okay? By receiving the universal light, you connect to a deeper understanding, which leads to healing, self-esteem, self-love, and self-trust, which then opens you up to receive cosmic inspiration from the divine. The star brings hope and healing. The stars are ancient. They glow with universal wisdom, lessons, and answers. Remember, Aquarius is about I know. Okay? When you let the light fill your being, it shines out blessings and healing to you and the world around you. Yep, it sure does. You become a reflection of hope and inspiration. Thus, as within, so without. As above, so below. Microcosm, macrocosm. Okay? Meditate and quiet yourself. Listen to what your heart speaks true and not what has been taught. Because a lot of the stuff that's been taught to you is horseshit. Just saying. Use your intuition. When you do this, universal intelligence and divine light will flow through your mind, heart, and spirit. Understanding and awareness will direct you to a peaceful relationship with yourself and everyone and everything around you. You start feeling the magical sparkles of the stars inside you. Healing begins. The remembrance of the star wisdom within will shine out to the world. The star shines with focus, sparkles with imagination, glistens with understanding, and penetrates the heart, mind, and spirit with love and light. The star heals us so that we can shine its light of inspiration, hope, and confidence onto our world. It allows us to be stars in how we think, feel, and love by understanding ourselves and others. The star brings gifts of peace, faith, healing, and a new, refreshed outlook for the future. Fate, fame, imagination, and good fortune can shine on your path with the star's energy. Wish upon a star. Yeah, magic prayer. Wish upon a star. Let your destiny unfold and let the magic begin. We are all stars on this stage of life. Remember the Rush song, for those of you, well, some of you may or may not know of it. Look it up. All the world is indeed a stage. We are merely players. There's a lot of truth there on the holodeck, right? Symbolism in the star image. The star goddess steps into the sacred spring of truth and healing. That would be the salt water. Those of you that are fortunate enough to live oceanside can take your beautiful little tuning forks at 528 hertz and go take a dip in the ocean. Because you're not only going to be healing yourself, but the planet. How grand is that thought? Hey, I can heal myself and the planet all in one fell swoop? Who wouldn't sign up for that, except for a narcissist? And you can heal yourselves, even if you have narcissistic tendencies and your ego's out of check. You can heal that using that method. That's no joke. And the planet all at the same time. What you got to lose? The spring will cleanse her of any fears that hold her back from her true self. She is nude, and she has nothing to hide. Keep in mind, you all have Aquarius in your chart. Truth, integrity should rule the day. Okay? Because when you live in that and you stand in it, stand in your power, you'll never have anything to hide. Ever. Okay? That's how the old establishment has managed to manipulate everybody. Because people did shady things, they found out about it and used it as leverage. Yep. And everybody got the thought, if you can't beat them, join them. No, 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 no. That's a very, very bad idea. She is a sacred vessel with the light of the divine shining within and without. She meditates on the spiral in the sacred spring and all the possibilities represented by the stars in the spring that are before her. As her foot descends into the water, her left hand rests on the rock ledge, representing her understanding of the material world. That's the 3D holodeck. That's the material world. Her right hand feels the waters of life and spirit, expressing her understanding of the precious balance between the two that makes life a magical experience. The silver waterfall on her left represents the unconscious intuitive. It separates into 5 streams, our 5 human senses that flow into the spring. The golden waterfall on her right represents the conscious, which is one's choice to expand the self. Both waterfalls flow from the heavens into the sacred spring of collective consciousness, blending the two in perfect balance and the development of the 6th sense, one's intuitiveness. The spirals. Think about the spirals. That DNA is a spiral chain. It's an antenna, okay? The spirals in the spring represent the ever-flowing cycle in one's life. The spring is also the pool of honest self-reflection, a spring of contemplation and meditation. The ascending butterflies represent the chakras, transforming and opening up to the divine light of God, Creator. The 7 stars circling around the star goddess's head create a halo, also representing the 7 chakras, but now fully developed and open to receive the light of the divine star above. The large star mandala symbolizes the star of truth. The star has 8 points representing as above, so below. It represents the guiding light, the Star of Bethlehem, and the Star of David. It is the divine light that inspires one to do great things. The astrological aspect of this image is Aquarius, the water bearer, the visionary, the humanitarian. Aquarius's key words are, I know. Keep in mind, let me find it very quickly here. I'm going to pause the video so I can find it real quick. Okay. This is just FYI. Keep in mind, a lot of things have been tampered with as far as the ancient text. But this is a particular words in Luke 22:10 out of the King James Version of the Abrahamic religions. And this is as what Michael Adonai says. Adonai, okay? He replied, as you enter the city, a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him to the house that he enters. Who carries the pitcher of water? You have to ask yourself, who carries that? Does that look like a man to you? Could be. Could be a man, could be a woman. But it is Aquarius, the water bearer, the only sign that's represented by air and water, programming the air waves, the sound waves, and the water. Okay? The other thing I want to leave you with, let me find that for you, because it's important. Where are you? They tell me the number 144,000 is very important. Some of you will already know what that means, 144,000, or you think you know what that means. Maybe I think I know because I'm an Aquarius. Remember, they know things. Things that we might be able to read from that 144,000. Keep in mind, there's 144,000 casing stones on the pyramids in Egypt. There's a reason. It's about, and the Egyptian headdresses represented light and sound because they totally understood what frequency was and how to use it. Okay? Keep that in mind. But there's a particular excerpt from the Bible as well. And remember, everything's written in code, numerology, codes. And remember, he said, follow the man into the house that they go. So you're following Aquarius into the house that they go. Okay? The water bearer, you're following that, which is about humanity. Okay? The other one that I wanted to share with you about the 144,000. Okay, hang on a sec. And this is just a refresher for those of you that have been with the channel. You already know this because you've heard me talk about this before, about the 144,000. The 12 tribes, 12 zodiac signs. Who'd have thunk it? Why is there 12? 12 months in the year. Anyway, think about this very hard and see if it rings true to you or not. This is from the book of Revelation 14:1. And remember, everything in the Bible is coded. Okay? It's coded with 369. The same thing Tesla was talking about. The same thing I talk about. It said, then I looked, and behold, on Mount Zion. Where's Zion? Zion's the gates to heaven. It's a portal. Stood the Lamb, and with him 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads. And they were singing a new song before the throne and before the four living creatures and before the elders. And no one could learn that song except for the 144,000 who had been redeemed from earth, from the holodeck. Antenna is no longer broken. Think about that. Because here's part of my mission. Part of my mission is to get 144,000 of you singing a new song, a new frequency, with your DNA fully repaired. Just imagine what it would be like if there were 144,000 people and they're located all over the earth singing at 528 hertz. And remember, if you look at the Marion method, what the divine showed me how to use these keys was to place the stem between your eyes on your forehead so that you can reprogram and repair your DNA. That's what they showed me. I'm really not joking. That's my mission. 144,000 that can pass the test. Okay? You either get it or you don't. It's pretty simple. 144,000 singing a new song in front of the throne and the four creatures. Who do you think the four creatures are? The archangels, north, south, east, west. That means this 144,000, they don't have to be all in the same place at the same time, as long as that frequency is going at the same time. And you're basically reprogramming yourself and the planet at 528 hertz. Call me crazy, but I think it'll work. I think it's magic in the making. People making a commitment to do exactly what I'm talking about. What's the worst that could happen? Well, definitely don't go get in the sea or the ocean during a thunderstorm, okay? Especially if you're carrying a piece of metal. Don't do that. But what's the worst that can happen? You'll spend a few moments in the salt water, which is proven to help detoxify your body. And you'll get some solitude in a few moments where you've disconnected from the holodeck. And remember that frequency lowers cortisol. That's what causes your belly fat and a lot of other problems. It's a stress hormone. It increases the testosterone in your brain, which relieves anxiety. Okay. It lowers chronogranin A, which is a marker that's used in saliva to test for cancer and some other very major nasty things that can happen to your biosuit. Okay. Dis-ease. This lowers and gets rid of dis-ease because that testosterone going up in your brain lowers anxiety level. Okay. Not only that, this reprograms your tuners. Your DNA is an antenna. Like I said, you are a transmitter and a receiver. You're capable of both. There you go. That's my mission, to get 144,000 singing a new song. That song, 528 hertz. Okay? My goal, my mission here. You guys probably have other missions. And part of my mission is helping heal you so you can complete your missions. Okay? And hopefully find 144,000 willing to try. Because what happens when you get 144,000 singing at 528 hertz? What happens? Like I said, this is where the spiritual and science collide. Right here in the age of Aquarius. You get the perfect cube of 27. Look it up. Not kidding. And it's a repeating 27, 27, 27. 27. Anyway, I hope this reading helps all of you a great deal. Leave comments in the description. And again, infinite love, Tara, heart spelled backwards, and gratitude to each and every one of you. It's a bright future ahead. I can't wait. Just look at the stars. It's written in the stars. Take care. Have a really good moon day.